Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to BlenderSith. Yeah, no, it's been a month. I know. But this is an update video, and if you are a serious listener to the channel, um, listen to the whole video. It's important. If you're just a casual listener, you could probably skip this video because there's not going to be any Blender in it right now or anything. But the channel is changing, probably for the last time. This will be what it is because the channel is going to be strictly 100% solely to help beginners in every way possible. On the problems you're having, any questions you have, you don't understand vertices, you don't understand shading, you don't understand, now. Let me clarify something here. Don't come to me with animation rigging problem. You need another channel for that. This is going to be helping people just starting out learning Blender. You are years away from any kind of rigging and animating. So we don't need anything like that. If you need help rigging and animating, then you need to find another profession because you should have been using Blender for some years now, at least 2 years. And if you haven't learned rigging and animating yet, or at least enough to problem solve for your own self, then you're just in the wrong industry. That's all there is to it. I don't know how much nicer to put it, but yeah, this is going to be strictly for beginners, and there's a reason for this, and I'll show you now. We're sitting here. We're looking at I'm signed in as my Blender up here, and you can see most of this is Blender. Some of this is music and stuff because you can see up here my LastPass. I've got 12 Google logins, which are the 12 logins for my my YouTube channels. Each one's under a different Google address, Google email. But you see right here, this is from my Billionaire 2033 channel. That's why this is stuck here because it knows that I do that. This is from my Poor Filmmaker channel because we cover Star Wars, and this is my music channel, the Poor Musician. But oh no, that's from yeah. But we go over here, these are, I'm into chips. I'm into, BPY, that's Blender programming. But Blender Bros, I'm heavily involved in there helping people out. Same with HardOps and BoxCutter and Fluent and Clean Panels, Random Tools, and much more. This drop down here is all my 12 channels that I have. And this is BlenderSith right here. But you can see right here, this is what we are going to be covering, but not too deep because I understand that beginners want to jump around, look at some physics and stuff like that. So I do have scripting and compositing and rendering and stuff in here, and I get it. You shouldn't be into anything too serious as far as you shouldn't be making any kind of animation, not even a short animation yet. If you're dabbling in animation, and I have it, let me see, where is it? Right there, animating. Right here, rigging, general, and animating. If you got some animating question, how does this work, or how does this doohickey work, or anything like that, or animating, how does the graph work, and all that stuff. What about constraints, and this and that? That's fine. Everything. This is my private area for my own stuff for this channel. And there's a moderator section right here for the moderator. I don't have any moderators yet. You can see I got one person online, or maybe offline. He's not here. This has just about been completed. I think I'm done with it. But it'll probably need some more tweaking as we go. This is where we're all going to be hanging out. And this is going to be tied to Patreon because I'm also going to have one-on-one help for anyone needs one-on-one guiding or tutoring, wants me to, look at a blend file for them and find out, what the problem is and stuff like that, I don't have a channel for that. I am going to have a channel for that where we can go in there and upload the blend file and everything, and we can talk and chat about it and everything, and maybe stream and stuff, and work on things and fix things out and stuff like that. That'll probably be in the voice channel for streaming and everything. That's going to be open to Patreon people. And right here's the Patreon. This will probably change. This was I put this in here last month, the first post. But like I said, my health has changed and stuff since then, so that might change. But this here is also just started. This logo, this is so old. I actually did this logo in Photoshop about, 2007, I think, 2008. I did this logo. So, yeah, that's how old that is. I got to get something else up there. And the BlenderSith here, that's something that I threw together when I signed up for this. And my YouTube the channel. You see it's my logo here, too. And on Discord. And stuff. So when when I signed up to all these things, I got tired of seeing that blank avatar there. And I'm like, oh, dang it. You know how it is when you got to do your own work? You get into doing, client work and stuff like that. But when you got to do something, for yourself and stuff, your own logo or your own header or something, you're like, oh, God, I'll do it tomorrow. And, every single day is the same thing. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And it never gets done. But, I'll eventually get around to all that. The channel is going to be strictly focused on helping beginners and with everything. Now, a lot of people want help in add-ons, and I've got almost all of the top add-ons there are. If you look over here, where's the add-on section in the chat? There it is. This isn't all, and I can't put all of them. Just like, I got it in my video descriptions. I have affiliate link to all, to HardOps, Blender, and stuff like that, and everything. And that, I can't put affiliate links to all of the, because my whole fucking description would be nothing but a huge link list. I'd run out of character with because it's that big. I've got pretty much close to, well, I can't say everything, but if it's popular and sold, if it's sold over 1,000 pieces, and so chances are I probably got it. But this is the big one, HardOps BoxCutter, KitOps Bevel, KitOps Fluent and Fluent Materializer, Decal Machine, Machine Tool, Mesh Machine, Auto Rig Pro, Cablerator. I got Fluent in there twice. How did that ever happen? Okay, I gotta delete that. But anyway, Metaflow, Smudger Pro, Fluid, Flip Fluids, Real-Time Materials, Random Tools, Retopoflow. I might add some more. Oh, Cloth Simulator. I might add that. I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people doing clothing or not. I do a lot of clothing for my porn and stuff, but we'll see. Like I said, a lot of the, this will be tweaked as time goes on and people join. If people don't join, well, it'll save me that work. But anyway, and there will be giveaways also. I'll get some sponsors and stuff as time goes on, as the channel builds and everything. And we'll see if we can get some merch and some maybe some add-on creators and stuff to do a giveaway, an add-on giveaway or something. But those will be for Patreon supporters, all levels, even the lowest level. So all levels are available, and all levels are available for the one-on-one help too. So even I don't know if it's going to be the $1 or $2 level, the lowest level. So all levels will be available for that also. And like I said, things might be added to the rewards and the perks and all that stuff as we go and we see how the channel's building. The bigger the channel gets, you guys, the more pull we have. And the more pull we have, the more we can attract sponsors and stuff, and you guys can get free giveaways. So that's how that works. You guys know you all know how to play the game. So I leave it up to you. I don't need to give away. I've got enough add-ons, and I've got enough stuff, and all that. Well, actually, let me show you. Okay, we're gonna divert here for just a second, and I'm gonna show you guys an OCD problem here. Well, I don't think it is. Well, actually, this is before my health issues that I kept track of this. I needed to know how much time I spent on everything because I'm doing so much stuff. I got 12 YouTube channels, and I'm doing my own projects. I'm doing my own adult visual novel, and stuff like that. So, like a business should, I need to keep track of the time I'm spending on each one, and the time and what I have invested in each one, and everything, because it's all about return on investment. You invest a certain amount in a business, and all 12 YouTube channels are a business basically. ROI. Yeah. My wife's my accountant. She said ROI. Yeah, She needs her Louis Vuitton, so she needs to know how much return on investment we're getting. Are we getting Louis Vuitton return, or are we getting Walmart return? we're getting Walmart return.
Coach.
Oh, Coach. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if we're dropping down or going up from Louis Vuitton with that. I don't know.
Down, definitely down.
She says definitely down. I don't know. You women out there listening to this, isn't Coach like at least 100 or something?
Yeah, they're that.
I know Louis Vuitton's kind of outrageous, but I bought years and years ago, and I actually like it. I bought her a cute little purse downtown on Fremont Street. I don't know, it wasn't Louis Vuitton, but it was cool looking. I liked it. I don't know if she still has it, but that was a cool purse. Maybe I got a picture of it in my picture archive somewhere. I can hunt down and show you guys sometime. But I think it was a white one. It had fringes on it and all kinds of other stuff. Where was I? I was somewhere. I know you guys are used to this by now. But anyway. Oh, I was going to show you guys my OCD. What I use to keep track of that, let me freak you all out here. This is my Open Office spreadsheet. And you can see that I'm on column NS right now. And this is 2020 freelancing. But that was, I put this in here because I added this. I didn't know, for years I didn't know if I wanted to keep track of this or not, because it's my training. It's what I use to train with all of the courses and all of the stuff for everything. Even before I had channels. Now you see, I teach people how to make money online, but I'm not an online money teacher person, and I'm not a make money online guru, so to speak, like Ty Lopez and Grant Cardone and all of them. Actually, I don't like them, but and they know it. They're fully aware of it. Trust me, they know me. So we don't need to get into that. But yeah, we're on first name basis as far as that goes. But anyway, I got it. Like I said, I got into making money on porn way back in 1996 when it was the only thing going online, and we were selling affiliate porn subscriptions to porn sites for $35. That's what we got for each sign up. Every person that we got to sign up for one of the porn sites, we got $35 for, and that was it. That was all we got. It wasn't recurring or anything. Now there's recurring payment and all kinds of other stuff in it. But anyway, you can see right here, I get asked a lot, how do I know, how do you know so much stuff, and you're looking at it right here. But, you can see, there's the Blender Market, there's CG Masters. Oh, I got the complete vehicle. I got the dinosaur course, make it, master it volume. This is security related from years ago, code with Mosh. There's some Coursera courses for finance and what else? Economics and marketing, psychology, CXL Institute, which is also copywriting, sales, and marketing. Here's my big DAZ content. I got this whole 8-part course right here for creating DAZ content, and more courses that I got from DAZ, from shading, lighting, compositing, rendering, DAZ Studio Content Creation Mastery. That's also an 8-part course. DAZ Skin to GeoCell, GeoShells, and then more DAZ. So that's a lot of DAZ right here. Then we're getting into, there's the Linux Academy, AWS certification, logos by Nick, and GIMP, Inkscape. That's another thing. For Blender, let's jump back here. For our Blender, since we are beginners, and I understand beginners don't, put out a lot of money. They don't buy a lot of add-ons. They might buy 1 or 2, and that's understandable. You don't need to be buying a lot. And you don't need to be using Photoshop either. So for everything that I do on my BlenderSith channel, I will not be using Photoshop. I will be using Affinity Photo. Yes, it is paid. It's only $40. Well, when I bought it, it was only $40. And it's a one-time. You buy it, and that's it. It's yours. No subscription, no nothing, and you're done. And it does open PSD, so you can open Photoshop files and work on them and convert them to Affinity and stuff. And there are plugins and assets and stuff that you can get for Affinity Photo also. Are they of the quality of Photoshop? Probably not. Same with brushes and stuff, but you can make your own. It's a graphics program, and again, that takes know-how, and we'll go over that. But if you know that there's a particular brush in Photoshop that you like, you can recreate it for yourself in Affinity, and save your own collection of brushes in Affinity. So nothing is impossible. Remember. So let's go. Let's jump back here. You can see I got some Blender Python. Man, that's probably outdated. I'm pretty sure. Advertising on Facebook, that's probably outdated. Linux kernel, I know, is outdated. But master courses, master class. If you guys ever see those commercials on master class, I got Gordon Ramsay. I got a cooking channel too, The Poor Chef. So right here, I got both of Gordon Ramsay's master classes. Aaron Frank is an Italian cook. I got his course. Armin van Buren is a EDM music producer. Christina Aguilera is a singing. That's her singing course from masterclass. Deadmau 5. If you guys are into EDM, you guys know both of these, Armin and Deadmau. Gary Kasparov. That's a chess player, a famous chess player. Hans Zimmer. He does music. He's a film scorer. He scores films and stuff. Martin Scorsese has got a course on film directing. Same with Wolfgang Puck is cooking. Thomas Keller's cooking. Mira Nair is also film directing. Ron Howard's film directing. But yeah, and I got more. I got more master classes here that I haven't got around to putting in. And I got more courses here that I haven't got around to putting in. There's Ty Lopez. I took his courses, SMMA 3.0, 6 years ago, and he hasn't updated it. at all. He's still selling it today. His holiday bonus, the Vault, the VIP program, Traffic Master. I got Cardone stuff also. Here's all my Skillshare stuff. You can see I got a lot of Skillshare courses, Photoshop, all kinds of Premiere Pro. But guy, this is where I learned. This is what I learned from all. Why is that marked green? Oh, anyway, I don't know. But yeah, C++, Flutter. Oh, this is Udemy. I mean, this is crazy. My Udemy, I've got like 4 different logins for Udemy. Because I didn't want them. I didn't want them all in one. Oh, these are recent. That's why they're green. Like, make money with ChatGPT. Yeah, that's why. These are recent ones. An hour and 30 minutes. I looked at that. YouTube Marketing Made Easy. I got pretty much all YouTube courses there are out there. Even the $1,000 one. It's not on. Oh, it's not. It's a private one. Yeah, that's from Mar. But I got his too. I think it was $1,100 for his YouTube mastery. He's like one of the top YouTubers on there. My Blender 2.8 encyclopedia and everything. Actually, you know what? I hope you guys are still here. We're just messing around. Let's go to Udemy. Let me show you guys. I don't know what am I signed in? Oh, I'm already signed in. Okay. Let me go. What's in this one? 40. Yeah. See, this log is this my Blender? I think this is my Lonnie. The cat. My wife's going to have a cow over there again. I'm a comedian and didn't know it. It sounds like a song, doesn't it? But yeah. Here's here's my Affinity Photo Suite Foundation. This covers all 3 programs: Affinity Photo, Designer, and Publisher. I've only went 15% through it already, and I don't know how long ago I got this. I don't know. Does it tell me when I bought this? That'd be cool if it did. I probably have to go to my billing or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know how old that is. But that's kind of old. I like. Oh, it moved over here. Unreal Engine 4. Okay, well, we know how old that is. Unreal Engine 4, C++. We're up to 5 now. So no telling when actually that was gotten. Creating 3D environments. That's a pretty good, for anyone that's went through it, that's pretty good there. Now my memory is probably running low. So I got the little circly ball going. MBA in a box. I'm 62% through that. Yeah, I probably got to close this one down because it's apparently Udemy. And see, this is why I don't go to them. I could go and show you guys my Blender Market purchases and everything like that. But when I'm recording and stuff, loading these pages up like that, for some reason, slows it down. I don't know why. Like the YouTube does it, and some of the other, like the Discord works fine and stuff, but some of these other pages, that have shopping carts and stuff on them and everything, seems to bother the recording software. But anyway, that's all that was really coming. Maybe it's good things for all. the reason is I'm still going to be, I'm an admin for Blender Bros, so I'm still going to be in here helping out and everything. But this is just my thing from, BlenderSith YouTube channel. Because a lot of beginners go there and everything. But I'll still be on all the other channels here for Fluent and Chip and everything else. But, our dog wants to bark now. She's upset about something. Someone's not paying enough attention to her. But this is why I brought this up, because I was like, I can't be on a schedule now. Here's the meat of this video, guys. Now that you're at the end of it, I'm doing this just like a movie. The good stuff's at the end. Now that my health has bothered me and stuff, and I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, well, you know what? I spend a lot of time in these Discords helping out people that don't get helped out. You see, we got a help channel here, and this is no disrespect to Rui and Josh, because they got enough going on. Really, they do. They've got people, they got companies and stuff wanting them, to teach them Blender or go over Blender and all kinds of different stuff. I haven't really got into it, but I've heard Rui talk about it and stuff. But this is not all. And they got another channel, the Render University, which I'm gonna get at some point in time. I just don't know. I don't need it, but it's like all my add-ons. I don't really need them either. But I make my own add-on. I make my own stuff and like geometry nodes and stuff like that. And I look at these add-ons because I study the programming. I study how different programmers are figuring out problems and solving problems when they want to work with shaders and when they want to work. Okay, I need to do this. You know what? I think AutoRig probably does something close to this. Let me look at their code and see how they kind of manage it. And see, and this is why I tell you guys, you got to solve your own. Don't yes, I'm contradicting myself here. Yes, Blender channels, Discord and YouTube is there to help, but to actually learn, if you want to get really, really good at Blender, if you want to be a Blender GOAT, the greatest of all time, you got to learn how to solve your own problems, because that's how you learn. Because to solve them, you got to know how Blender works. So that means you got to learn the core of Blender, what a vertex is, what an edge is, and what a face is. How do the three of them work together to make everything you see in Blender? Because broken down to its bare bones, that's all 3D is. 3D is vertexes, edges, and faces, and images. When you want to throw in a background image or an HDRI or something like that. But that's it. That's all it is. When you got your big old scene up there, that's all they are. They're vertexes, edges, and faces. That's it. The whole thing. And then you add light, and your ray tracing and your graphics card and all that stuff will figure out all the, how the light interacts with what you made, your vertices, your edges, and this is where you run into shading. When the light hits your faces and your vertices and stuff, and if your vertices are out of whack, if they're crisscrossed up and everything, then you're going to have shading issues. And you guys don't have to come in, if you understand this, you don't have to come into Discords and stuff and, look at my shading. What's going wrong here? You would know. Just understand vertexes and edges and shadings, and that each one of all three of them have faces. Your edge has a face. Your vertex has more than one face. And it has an X, Y, and Z position too. Separate from global. It has its own local X, Y, and Z. And when light hits it, it takes into account that vertices X, Y, and Z, not the world X, Y. And so when you got vertices messed up and edges messed up and crisscrossed and stuff, that's where your shading goes out of whack. And you go into edit mode. Like, how many times have you seen Rui do this? And Josh, what do they do when they have a shading problem? They go into edit mode, look where the vertices are. You'll see a big old bundle of vertices all bunched up. That's where the fuck up is. And then you zoom in and you straighten them out. You use Mesh Machine and move them around and merge them and all that stuff and everything. Straighten them out, get them where they need to be. And voila, it's fixed. Simple, easy peasy. And you guys come into Blender Help and with a shading problem, and you think it's the end of the world. You're like, oh my God, what is that? My whole model is just fucked up. This is what you guys got to do. You got to learn how to solve things. And this is what I'm talking about when I do my programming. People think, oh my God, I can't make an add-on. It's too tough. Learn Python, and once you know Python, start studying add-on codes. Start getting some, even free add-ons. Get all the free add-ons that you can and look at the code, study it, see what they're doing. How are they programming? How are they doing things? How are they calling an object? How are they calling a shader? How are they calling and you know, when they're in whatever they're in, you know, UVs or what, you know, I need to get a UV. Well, open up one of your add-ons that you got that you know deals with UVs and search, you know, use your search feature, search for UV in there. I use Sublime for mine, and I use regular expressions, you know, because if you just search for UV, you're going to get words that have UV in them, and that's not what you want. So now you got to educate yourself on how to use regular expressions and stuff, and that's what this whole, you know, that's not just Blender. That's in anything you want to learn. Anything you want to learn is going to have a lot of stuff to it that you got to learn to be able to do it. You want to be a solo person. You want to get to and the learning part is what we're going to be doing with BlenderSith. The learning part is going to be raw Blender, teaching you guys how Blender works and all that stuff. Well, you know, when I do an add-on video and stuff, that's going to be a bonus thing. We're going to get into, or unless I'm helping you, unless you're on the one-on-one help and stuff, and you need help with BoxCutter or Fluent or something like that. But the core. Also, that's also the core to learning the add-ons is learning the core of Blender, because Blender is add-ons are using the core of Blender. They're doing the same thing and the same steps that you would be doing manually. They're just doing it quicker because they're programmed to go faster than you are. What you can do, you know, what takes you, you know, 3 to 5 minutes to do, you know, 5 or 6 steps, they can do it in the push of a button. You can just hit a button and bam, all those 6 steps are done in a second. And that's how you save time with add-ons, especially when you get into rigging like Auto Rig Pro. That saves you a ton of time because rigging is a headache if you're going to do it manually. And so is animating. We have animation nodes also, you know, that helps out in animation and stuff. Same with cameras, with camera movement and stuff like that. Chip's got a good program for that. That's what we're going to be covering here. We're going to be helping out newbies because you can see right here, what I was going to say, see, Rui's answered one. He was tagged. They tagged Rui and Josh. But you see, they don't get in here. If you look through here, they don't get in here a lot. And this is how it actually should be. I don't get in here a lot. A lot of my helping is from direct messaging. And usually people are direct messaging me on one particular topic, which I don't discuss on Blender Bros because it's a shady topic, if you get what I mean. So, but it has to deal with animating, because it's all animating. The good kind of animating. It's NSFM, or NSF, not suitable for work. I can't think right now. But that's the content that it is. I don't know what I think S&M popped in my mind there for a minute. I got too excited. It happens when you're 60. But
No, it doesn't.
yeah. The wife was quick to disagree with that. But you see, they don't have the time to be here, and they shouldn't, because this should be beginners helping beginners out. But you see, that doesn't happen. Everyone asks a question, but no one really gets an answer. Sometimes they get a roundabout answer, because you got beginners answering beginners. But yeah, that's what I know. I've been there, guys. Many years ago, but I've been there, and it's frustrating to get on a forum board, ask a question, and you don't get an answer, for 4 or 5 days from, by that time you forgot you asked the question. You only know it when you go to the forum board, and you see your little number up there by your name, that says you got a response. You're like, what the hell is that? And you go up there and you're like, oh, I forgot I even asked that. That doesn't help you out. But anyway, for those of you that stayed the whole time, like the channel, subscribe to it, hit that bell, show some love, and you guys get into the BlenderSith Discord. I'll have a link in the description to the Discord channel. Let's get this thing going in here, so we can, and beginners, like I said, intermediate and advanced people, if you want to come in, be a moderator, that's fine. If you want to help out and help people, the beginners that get in here and stay in here and work their way up can become a moderator, but you're not going to become a moderator unless I know you, for one, or I see you come up and I'll promote you. If you start out and you go through you go through everything, I can see you're coming along and you're answering people, you're participating and answering questions and stuff and everything. Then we'll get moderators in here to help out also, and we'll get the whole community growing. This is not my server. This is our server, and I love Blender. But anyway, thanks for watching the whole video, guys. Much appreciated. You're helping the channel out, and we'll see you guys hopefully soon. I always have this open. This is not open in my browser. I have it open it's open on my iPad 24/7. If I'm sleeping, then it just shows me offline. But it's on my iPad all the time, right next to my monitor. So that way I can have it on and out of the way. And when someone in Blender, Blender Bros or Fluent or someone messaging me or something, I can see it and get to them and everything. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. It wasn't much, just information. But let's see if we can get this thing rolling, guys. Talk to you later.